It's not every day that you're wobbling along and a cute little dinosaur picks you up and puts you on his back, and that's what makes Yoshi so freaking special. Here at Switch Force, we are looking forward into the future of many of Nintendo's biggest franchises, and today we dive into the very lovable Yoshi and his crew of colorful companions. Myself, Gabe, and Jake are here to give you our favorite Yoshi games of the past, our hopes for the future, and more. Gabriel, what's it like to be a Yoshi tamer?
Look, sometimes these Yoshis are wild, they're jumping all over the place. They don't put their shoes on because we all know that Yoshi needs to have shoes on. Sometimes they just don't like wearing them. So the job isn't an easy one, but someone has to do it. And that's what it's like to be a Yoshi tamer.
They have, T. Yoshisaur Munchakoopas has very stinky feet, and so it takes a man without a sense of smell to tame them like you.
Yes.
Gabe, do you have an illegal Yoshi trade? Because don't they have their own village and civilization? You just go and capture them. And
we shouldn't even be talking about
circus?
this. We shouldn't even be talking about this publicly, guys. Let's move on.
All right. Let's move on. Jake, what Yoshi has existed for quite a while, both in his own games and typically in sort of a more secondary or tertiary role. There was Yoshi's Cookie way back when, which was a puzzle title, and then obviously he appeared in Super Mario World, Yoshi's Island, eventually Yoshi's Story, later games like Touch and Go, Yoshi's New Island, Yoshi's Island 2, Yoshi's Woolly World. What are some of your favorite Yoshi games and or styles, and what you like about this character and now this franchise?
I really like Yoshi's Island, just the original. I don't remember if I ever played it actually on the SNES, but I did play it, the remake on Game Boy Advance, I think.
Okay.
And that was really fun. I like that it kind of had its own unique style in terms of both the art style and the character, the sprites and whatnot. And they were kind of just as much. I mean, Mario's pretty goofy, but I was going to say it's much goofier, just with giant blobs with eyes and things like that. But I thought the mechanics were good with the throwing eggs and stuff. I did not like Yoshi's Story, the N64 game. I don't even remember why. I just remember it being tedious and slow.
The music in the beginning of that one is amazing, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, and the village is great, but the gameplay just is not as great. But I really like the storybook element. And feel of the original Yoshi's Island a lot. So that's my favorite. I haven't had a chance to play Woolly World or Touch and Go, so I can't really give an opinion on that. And I wasn't even born when Yoshi's Cookie was a thing. So
Jake, you were eating Yoshi's Cookie while people were playing Yoshi's Cookie.
To be honest, I don't remember Yoshi's Cookie being a thing.
It is a thing.
I'm sure it is. I just don't remember it.
Okay. Well, that Yoshi's Island game to me is so cool because it legit feels like it was either a bunch of people on drugs or a bunch of people just fully exploiting their craziest ideas. Because if you think about Mario World, which is a very traditionally structured Mario game, albeit possibly the best ever, Yoshi's Island has really trippy levels. It has boss battles around planets. It has much more structured boss battles, in fact, than any of the Mario games before it. And I think sort of, to me, sets the tone in a way for a lot of the Mushroom Kingdom fun down the line in terms of characters we end up seeing in Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Galaxy, the Mario and Luigi RPG series. So even though at the time it sort of seemed like a weird spin-off of Mario World, I think it actually is foundational for a lot of the future Mario titles. And it's hard for me to not pick that as my favorite because, it was such a good game. And I think at that time I liked Yoshi's Island more than Mario World. Now, I would definitely take Mario World over it, but at that time, I just found the charm and the colors and the concept so cool. I do have to say that I think Woolly World is a better game than people give it credit for. The Wii U Kirby and Yoshi games, I think, are marketed as a very easy younger kids game, but in practice, they're insanely creative. And I think that's sort of, to me, the thread that has stuck with Yoshi from beginning to now is more of a creative style of gameplay.
You said thread, and
I'm sorry that I tickled you so, Gabe.
No, it's just because Yoshi's Woolly World is the yarn, and you said thread. That was
right.
funny. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a creative series, and so yeah, Yoshi's Island definitely the top. I played the ones on DS, the new island, and Yoshi's Island 2. And I would love to see, and we'll get into that in a second, but I'd love to see them sort of go back to Yoshi having his own sort of full world as opposed to just a basket of string.
Yeah. See, Yoshi's Island is like the easy pick because I think it's the one that we've all actually played. To be honest, there's a lot of these Yoshi games that I don't know what Yoshi Touch and Go is. I don't know what it is. I know it's a DS game. I know like that it exists, but I've never played it. So yeah, Yoshi's Island plus Baby Mario just being super cute helps.
Or super annoying when you lose him.
Yeah, you don't want to lose that Mario. But apparently, Mr. Jake doesn't have any love for the Nintendo 64 version, which I admit I don't remember like very much at all. Do you remember it at all, Zach?
Yoshi's Story?
Yeah.
I remember thinking that it was really basic and boring. I know some people have a lot of feelings for it, but I remember playing it, like renting it from Blockbuster, and feeling like it just didn't have the same flow and or appeal as something like Mario 64. It's a lot less fluid of a game in my opinion. And it does have some cool ideas, and again it brings a little bit of the goofiness, but I missed having Mario be the, I guess that's an interesting question. Do you think Yoshi has enough charm to carry his own game, or would you rather see him back in the role of partner?
I like him as a partner. He just carried his own game in 2015. Right, like,
sure.
But that was developed by Good Feel. They're the people that did Kirby's Epic Yarn, and that's why the whole aesthetic is what it is. But
right.
yeah, I would love like a more like a traditional Yoshi's Island style game. That would be fun. With bring Baby Mario back also just for that added charm.
Yes.
I don't know that I definitely think like as an assist character, well, like the main character in the game, but he has partners, is a good idea. But going forward, but I really liked the Yoshi's Island 2, where you had Baby DK, Baby Bowser, Baby Peach, Baby Mario, and like each one had its own unique abilities and kind of play style. So I don't necessarily just want like another Baby Mario remake, but I don't know, somehow incorporate that, or a Luigi and Yoshi specific game that's like in a totally wacky world, or like I don't know, Wario and Waluigi capture Yoshi and Yoshi has to escape their crazy cavern or something like that.
Yeah. Look, the cool thing would be, right, to have like a co-op Yoshi game on Switch, right? Especially, we keep talking about the multiplayer aspect of Switch. Like, you could be a pink Yoshi, I could be a yellow Yoshi, and we could just platform together. How fun would that be? You know what?
I mean, they do. Just so in case you aren't fully aware, they do have co-op in Woolly World.
No, I'm not. I didn't play it, but
sure, it functions in sort of that exact fashion.
Oh, see, there you go.
It's side scroller. If you were looking for 3D, then that's not what it is. But one of the coolest things about Woolly World is that they really take the colors of Yoshi to the full extent, and they have these different skins. So Yoshi can look like a cow, or he could look like a butterfly.
Yeah. I remember that in the trailers. You know what like art style would like do really well with like a Yoshi game, in my opinion. The one that like Rayman Origins has, like that like.
Ooh, okay.
Like
a very polished animation. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that would be cool.
It is interesting because
Paper Yoshi would be cool.
Ooh, okay. Paper Yoshi RPG. There you go.
Like Paper Mario Color Splash is I guess the closest we've gotten, but I would love to see, you're right, I would love to see an HD like Mario World Yoshi's Island style Nintendo game where it wasn't using like the yarn style and it wasn't using the paper style, but just like super crisp sprites. I think because like even New Super Mario Bros. Is like the 3D stuff.
Yeah.
So I would love to see a very high yes, that's what we want. So Yoshi is going to be all dolled up in animation, and I think it's important that we establish this is like pivotal to your personality. What is your number one favorite Yoshi color?
Is it pivotal to your personality?
It absolutely is. Shush.
Mine is like the light blue aqua turquoise color for sure.
Okay.
All right, so tell us what that says about his personality.
Okay, Jake likes nature. He's very involved with the environment. He is more typically a calmer, more backseat type person, but he does have the ability to spunk forward if need be and activate himself in order to fully reach his potential.
Okay,
wonderful. I just want to make a note that I don't think spunk forward is a phrase.
All right.
That's our first Switch Force T-shirt. It just says spunk forward.
Hey, listen, when you're feeling the Monday malaise, you gotta spunk forward into the week, okay?
All right. I personally like the red one for some reason. Like that one always like stood out to me, and I think it looks cool. I don't think it says anything about me, but you can analyze that to
Okay,
your
so
heart's desire.
Red stands for Gabe having a lot of pent up anger and frustration. He wishes that he could take this out on his enemies, but he is too kind and too nice to do that. At the same time, he has a zest and a passion for life. So he's always looking forward to new things, new adventures. Digesting as much media and as much knowledge as he possibly can in order to satiate his passions and his
burning desire.
Burning desires.
I love that.
All right.
All right, Zach, what about you?
So I'm looking at the Yoshi colors right now, and
What is the palette? Isn't it like infinite?
there's no. I mean, the typical palette is. I'm looking at more of like the palette from like for Yoshi's Island, otherwise known as Mario World 2.
You had the pink one that can kind of fit you.
I really like
Pink,
the pink
yellow,
one.
black, white, green, dark
But
blue.
see, here's my deal.
Purple.
I do not like when Yoshi has a dark green hue to him. Like sometimes in like some of the Mario games, like Mario sports titles, he has more of a dark hue, like he's a forest green.
Like
Yeah.
a lizard.
But I like Yoshi when he has. I would say like so with dark green, then I don't want that. But if he's his like Mario World light green, I think original Yoshi is my favorite, and that's because I'm number one, and I like to be I like to lead and take charge, and I like to guide my other Yoshis like you two throughout the many mazes of life.
All right. Okay. So, but one thing I will interject here, right? We all love.
I love how you guys just loved your descriptions, and then just like it might be like okay, and let's move on.
Look, what do you guys think about getting a baby Yoshi like to look better than he actually currently does? I don't like the current version of baby Yoshi. He's a little too.
I like it. Wait, are you talking about like fat feed me Yoshi?
Yeah. He's like a little bottom heavy.
I like him. He's just like a little like eyes glazed. He's got one mission on his mind, just to fill his gullet until
His
he's
eyes
big
are,
enough
like,
to
barely-
actually be helpful.
His eyes are barely open, and they're only open to see what's in front of him that he can eat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I really want to show you guys this picture of Yoshi that I'm looking at because it's a much cuter baby Yoshi, and it's a drawing from the YouTube poop wiki.
Okay.
What? That's the website, but it's a very cute baby Yoshi. I agree. I think the current baby Yoshi, like, like how does that thing grow up into a thin, like, and quick, mobile machine?
Yeah, it kind of
just
goes the other way
told
around
you.
generally. Like, baby Yoshi should be skinny, and grown-up Yoshi should be a little thicker. But whatever.
Yeah, but I do think he has a lot of charm. How do you guys feel about Yoshi Kid from Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door? He's got like some really cool hair.
I don't. I can't even say I remember him.
He looks like a caveman with his orange little hair.
Yeah, he's
You want that
kind
one?
of rough and rugged.
Wait, I
Yeah,
see
I
him.
don't like him.
Nah, I'm not with it.
So, to me, Yoshi brings up the opportunity for one of my favorite kinds of Nintendo games, which is unexplored partner games. And we've talked about Wario and Waluigi having their own thieving caper game before, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I really, really, really want to see a Yoshi Birdo team up game.
No,
There you go.
why? No.
Here's the premise: Yoshi and Birdo open an ice cream stand,
Okay.
and they're just selling their ice cream. It's not like ice cream like cones. It's more like ice cream on a stick.
I was gonna say, is
So
it froyo?
popsicle.
No, it's like they call it ice cream because it's easier to understand. But it's basically popsicles, yeah. So they have their ice cream stand selling popsicles, and they're going along, and everything's going fine. And then when they're, Birdo and Yoshi are busy, someone comes and steals Yoshi's little brother, Baby Yoshi, and Birdo's little sister, Baby Birdo. And so this is a adventure to like get them back. And I think it'd be cool if it was an RPG. And
All I'm imagining for some reason is the TV show Kipper, and I don't know why.
I don't even know what that is. I'm lost.
so they go and they have to battle a lot of unique kinds of creatures. So if you remember the evil birds on carpets from Mario Bros. 2, if you remember what's the guy's name who as soon as you take his key he gets mad?
I don't know.
Keystein.
Dine?
It's Keystein.
Eastine.
Oh my god. Never mind.
His name is Fanto. So this is Yoshi and Birdo in the Mario Bros. 2 world fighting against creatures like
this
Shy
sounds
Guys
terrible.
and Fanto. And then there is a switch force in the middle of the game where you get to be Baby Yoshi and Baby Birdo.
So it's Mario and Luigi partners in time, but with Yoshi and Birdo.
Fine. Okay, fine. What is your hope for the Yoshi of the future, Jake?
It's a tough one.
While he thinks, I already said a pretty simple one that I would love. Take the Rayman Origins art style, put it to like a Yoshi game, and like make the platforming feel that good, and like the level design like that interesting, and that's what I would want. But with Yoshi music.
And all of them are really difficult courses.
Yeah,
and you like sliding down slopes and jumping, and then Magic Koopa is there, and you bop them on the head at the end of every level.
Hey, we gotta get these youngsters to get their skills sometime. Go ahead.
I think that what I said earlier is a great idea. Wario and Waluigi get jealous that they don't have a cute pet dinosaur, so they snatch Yoshi.
Why Yoshi?
In their weird like cavern or tower or whatever, and then Yoshi has to escape through like it's like a very like steampunky mechanical world that like Wario and Waluigi have built out of like scraps because they don't get the good stuff of anything, and then Yoshi has to like break his way out.
Well, there we go. Dark Souls Yoshi. All right, sounds good.
Okay, what dark? I was thinking side scroller, but okay, if you want to make this an impossibly hard game.
Yeah, make it.
So basically, what we've decided is that Yoshi is the most. What's the word? He is the most. He can be spread to many genres. He is a man of many talents. Yoshi Superstar Baseball. Anyone want to play?
Yoshi Snap, like Pokemon
Yoshi Snap,
but just Yoshi's.
There you go.
Yoshimoji. It's where you just use Yoshi's faces on your cell phone.
Okay, here's a legitimate here's a legit question
that.
though. Do we think that we get a Yoshi game like in the first year of Switch?
No.
Okay, all right. I don't think so either.
I do think that we will see Yoshi in the Mario 3D extravaganza for sure.
Yeah.
And I think I would love to see Nintendo get a little bit more crazy. And I think if anything from the Yoshi lineage, would love to see them use some more of the innovation. And give us like a Grandpa Yoshi character who like remembers Mario's dad, or give us like a family of Birdos who are scared about the incoming tummy twister that's happening or something. Like it's an actual twister that's shaped like a tummy, or like it's a disease that comes and gives everyone a stomachache. There you go. See it. Listen, I could write for Nintendo.
Yeah, you're putting way too much thought into the lore. More time than Nintendo has ever put themselves. But fantastic.
Nonetheless, I think on the scale, of like Zelda, Mario, Donkey Kong, sports, Smash, Yoshi is down there.
Yeah.
The question I want to ask you, Gabe and Jake, is: do you think? Okay, both on it's gonna happen and deservingly, which character, Kirby or Yoshi, has more potential going forward?
Kirby.
Really?
Yeah.
Potential as in my personal take on the potential, or potential as what I see as them making another game for the Switch?
Both. That's why I said like your desire and
okay,
also.
because I think that Yoshi has a kind of a cooler world around him and like abilities and like things he can do. Kirby has always kind of had. I like the idea that he can absorb guys and get new powers, and I loved in the 64 game when he could combine multiple powers, but. I don't know. I always felt like his world around him and his enemies and the lore was just very boring and bland. Like it's just basically like you're fighting evil Kirbys that are different colors, and like everybody's just a big puffball. Like everybody's just made out of a marshmallow. And Yoshi has like a much more diverse thing, partially probably because he's linked up with Mario in that world. But I think I don't know. I think they're both kind of sub characters that have like an equal chance of making an appearance on Switch.
Yeah, I fully believe we get a Kirby game before a Yoshi game, but that's just me, and I'm going based off of nothing really. It's just that Kirby is a standalone character. Yoshi is more supplemental. Like you can put Yoshi in a Mario game and like keep him in people's minds that way. You can't do that with Kirby.
Yeah, I do think that's absolutely true. Personally, I think the Kirby series has run itself into the ground.
That's why it's time to change things up.
My favorite Kirby game of the last, however, is definitely the Wii U Kirby Rainbow Curse.
Mm-hmm.
Kirby Rainbow.
What if they just said screw it and put Kirby and Yoshi in the same game?
Yes, done. Kirby and Yoshi, they're gonna team up.
They're gonna battle for who gets to eat what.
Yeah, right.
It's called The Adventures of Yerby.
I think. Yeah, I mean
that's a great premise. They have like it starts off like an eating contest. And
yes,
it's disrupted by Dee
then
and Bowser.
Fanto comes and steals the cupcake, and they gotta go get it back.
Hey, Nintendo, write the check. I had this idea first.
All right, so that's Yoshi, a character with much lore, more than we even knew. And
especially
we want to know
made up lore, a ton of that one.
We want to know in the comments your favorite Yoshi game as well as your favorite Yoshi color and what it says about you as a person. Maybe your favorite color is yellow and it's because you are mellow and you would like to drink Kool-Aid on the beach. Maybe it's pink and that suggests that you are ready for a daughter. Maybe it's white and you are pure as the sun. So let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. We'll be back with another franchise forward future fest soon. Until that time, for myself, Gabe, and Jake, Switch Force out.